So there are a few challenges to having ravishing and satisfying sex. The key, though, is that a sex problem, is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
A sex problem is rarely a sex problem. Sex is a symptom, not a cause. Write that down. The cause of the challenge is somewhere in the relationship or somewhere in yourself. It's either you or how you relate. The symptom of where it shows up is in sex kerfuffle. I mean, you want to disagree, that's on you. I'm good with it, thank you. Sex is always a symptom. It is not a cause. When there's a challenge with sex and you focus on sex to solve it, you're focusing in the wrong area. It's like I often say to our students, part of my job is to take your chin and refocus you on the actual problem so you can solve it. You're so focused over here, you're so focused over here. That's not the actual problem, that's why you're never gonna solve it. Do this. Oh, that's where it is. Now you can solve it. If you're focused on your sex to solve a sex problem, you'll likely never solve it. The answer is in your relationship, and it comes down to a few key areas, and I quantify them into 4. These are the 4 causes. Ryan, you want to go to that slide? The real cause of sex problems is usually in one of these 4 categories. One is it's in your relationship. There are dynamics in your relationship that are blocking you both from getting to the place that you would need to be in order to have ravishing sex. Whether it's you're not aligned, you don't understand each other, you're not supporting each other, there's unforgiveness, there's not polarity, masculine, feminine, there's not fun and flirting. Whatever it is, it's something in the relationship that's going on that is blocking you from getting to having unleashed sex. The second is energy. Masculine and feminine energy. When he is in his mature masculine, she is open and vulnerable in her feminine, now we can have unleashed passion. If there's challenges in that area, that's where the cause is. Sex is just the symptom. The third key area is in your blueprint. Some of what Paul has just been referring to. A lot of us have rules, meanings, beliefs about sex. What's okay, what's not okay, what does this mean? Even meanings about yourself in sex. I went through my own challenges with worth and my own body and sex. A lot of us have stuff in our blueprint that is literally blocking us from opening and unleashing and even delivering amazing rockin' sex with our partner. And the 4th key area is identities. Did this a little bit last night. Do you remember the identity work we did with Sylvia? How successful do you think Sylvia is in having rockin', amazing, incredible, surrendering orgasms? 0. 0. Stephanie's happy to tell you, but you all have Sylvia. Here's the thing. If the primary identity that runs your show is not wired for surrender and experiencing amazing orgasms, or is not wired for the mature masculine and delivering in her best interest to serve her instead of yourself, then it's a no-go. And sometimes, especially as mama and papa, we get stuck in mama and papa identity. We get stuck in mama, they get stuck in papa. We start losing interest in sex, they start losing interest in sex. We don't look as great sexually as mama, they don't seem as sexy as papa, and we get stuck treating each other as mommy and daddy so much. We get stuck in mommy and daddy identity, And mommy and daddy really only usually go to the bedroom for one reason. And when you've decided, I've got enough of those, that's it. And so it's about cultivating the identity within yourself who's absolutely wired to do this. You all have that identity, but at some point in time, some of you either made that part of you wrong or decided that that was a problem, or you just can't get out of your own way to let that part of you come forward. But there's an identity in you that's wired to have great sex, and that's not usually the identity that you're bringing to the bedroom or wherever you are, if that's what you're going for. And so the distinction is to understand that if there are problems with sex, if your sex is not where you want it to be, please don't label yourself as having a sex problem. You don't have a sex problem. It's in one of these. And that's what the work is for. And it's up to you, and you know where you need to begin with yours. That's why we say do the work, steps 1 through 7, and then you'll be ready more for step 8.